King Price Trail Seeker is proudly brought to you by King Price Insurance. Warming up was important ahead of round 5 of King Price Trail Seeker Series, which took the riders to the beautiful Skierpoort area of Magaliesburg and Van Gaalen Cheese Farm. The Wahoo kickers were in high demand ahead of a race that was eagerly anticipated after the weather had played havoc on the previous 3 events.
Yeah, at least we've got great weather today. So yeah, it'll be a dry race, it'll be a fast race, and we'll definitely do the full distance this time. So yeah, Van Gaalen is always one of the rougher trail seekers. And again, yeah, I like the technical stuff, so I think that will suit me. But yeah, it seems like there's good competition as well, so I think the racing will really be hot.
The South African marathon champion was right. The elite batch was loaded with potential race winners as they charged away from the start. The long, flat, open road was a chance to get a good tempo. Aside from Pygo Eurosteel's base, Mbuko Type Dev Giants had 2 men in the group, Pieter de Tooy and Wessel Botha. Insect Science's Arne de Tooy was also in the picture, as were Shawnick Bester of Bester Performance and Mark Pritson of Team Honeycomb, as they flew past one of the big vegetable farms.
Van Gaalen's always one of the more challenging routes, quite rocky and a few sharp climbs, so looking forward to it. I've got Pieter de Tooy, my teammate here, so we hope to team up against other guys and see what we can do.
Wessel was on Arne de Tooy's wheel and teammate Pieter had Shawnick Bester snapping at his heels. Van Gaalen's is renowned for its myriad of trails that snake up and down the slopes of the Magaliesburg Mountains. It never fails to deliver a challenging but enjoyable few hours of real mountain biking. Back at the start, the elite women were warming up for their race. All focus and bright smiles.
We are ready for Van Gaalen's tough trails. It's notorious here, especially snakebite, but we are very excited to be here. We just came back from a training camp, so hopefully that will play a role today and that the legs are feeling strong. But one thing's for sure, I'm happy for we're grateful for the latest start this morning. It's a bit chilly, but I think it's going to be a beautiful day. And yeah, I'm just looking forward to racing again.
And they wasted little time in getting racing as they powered away from the start. Steph Walters of Bester Performance had a sharp tempo as the rest followed. Among them, Carlies Skeepers, Angelique Slubbert, Straydam, Monique Slubbert, Rafielwe Mogorosi, Sonika Klopper and Bianca Null. There was no holding back as they flew along the flat farm roads. Soon the group was down to 7. Notably, by her absence was Danielle Straydam, who had stopped to fix a mechanical issue. 19-year-old Sonika Klopper of Skynet Couriers was in the front group as they began climbing up the mountainside. Sonika Klopper was on her wheel while the experienced Steph Walters continued to set the pace. Meanwhile, Danielle Straydam was making her way through the field after her mechanical, a real test of skill and patience for the Incumbo Type Dev giant rider. Van Gaalen's is a very popular event among the keen amateurs and weekend warriors at the start.
I think it's the challenge and the joy of suffering. It's such a beautiful pain. Yeah, so it's also lots of fun. Very technically challenging, most of it, and yeah, just seeing myself progress as I go along.
Indeed, my very first mountain bike event, so really looking forward to it.
What are your expectations? It's your first race, it's a half marathon, you're new to the sport. Obviously, you're going to have some expectations for this.
Well, yeah, I've seen some of the photos on the trail and some of it really looks beautiful. I hear I'm climbing that mountain over there, so I'm not quite sure how that's going to go, but we're just taking it one pedal at a time.
Yeah, so Trail Seeker events is a whole series of events you can do close to home for Gauteng and Western Cape residents. and it's something for the whole family. There's not many events where the SA champ comes and the 5-year-olds can come and they can do the same event in the same day. And it's great value for money. Our motto is all our trails. We find the best trails around Gauteng. And it's something that's close to home. You can go out in the morning, ride a great trail, be back in the afternoon, watch rugby, do whatever you want to do. So it's affordable as well. You don't have to travel and stay over. So it's just a great series all around, and I think that's why it's the most popular series in the country.
No, it's great. I like it when I pass people by the water points, and I'm leading the B badge from behind. That's my aim for today. I'm enjoying it, leading the B badge from behind.
Returning to the front where the bulls had split from the herd, just 2 in front, full base of Pygo Eurosteel and Mbuko Type Dev Giants Vessel Buerta. Not far back were Mark Pritson and Peter de Toy, who was not likely to do a turn on the front with his teammates Buerta up ahead. Base and Buerta were keen to escape the dangerous Pritson, winner of Cape Town Cycle Tour, as they powered toward the final climb.
The route today was good fun. I was strong enough to sort of, make the moves where I wanted to. I wasn't forced into positions, that I didn't want to be in. And early on the first climb, I put in a slight effort to gauge the guys, and then on the big rocky climb and downhill, that's where I thought to try and get a gap there, and managed to get the gap, and then I think Vessel was just about a minute behind me all the time, so it was a time trial back home the last half of the race.
And it took Base just over 2 hours 37 minutes to complete the 69 kilometers and 1,000 meters of climbing. The 33-year-old is in great form this year. Vessel crossed the line just 45 seconds after Base to take second place.
Yeah, I know it was a hard race today. Me and Philip and Mark pushed for pace at the start, and Peter also tried to attack, but eventually it was me and Philip who got away from a bunch, and Philip is super strong. I just had to keep my head down and bring it home to the finish.
The powerful Peter de Toy finished strongly in third place to ensure that there would be 2 Mbuko riders on the podium. He was 5 minutes behind Base and half a minute ahead of Pygo Eurosteel's young gun, Michael Foster.
It's awesome to be 2 and 3 on the podium. It was a tough day, and Van GAALEN didn't let us down. I'm still happy with how it panned out and happy for the team, and thanks for a lovely race, guys.
Champagne showers for the top 3 on podium. A high-quality top 10 at Van GAALEN's, Arno de Toy in 5th, Pritson 6th, and young Jaden Turlo sneaking home just ahead of Sean-Nick Bester. 13 riders dipped under 3 hours for a tough marathon race. Meanwhile, in the women's race, there had been a dramatic change at the front.
It was tougher definitely than last year. I had a bit of a setback quite early in the race where my rear wheel, actually the skewer came loose and my rear wheel kind of fell out, so that was quite a thing to get over and to chase back. I worked very hard, and I think that's why I suffered a bit here in the end, but I actually managed to catch the girls. Then I just kept going as hard as I could until the finish.
Showing the character and composure of a champion, Danielle finished in under 3 hours 30, ahead of multisport athlete Nicolette Griffioen, who was super strong as she brought her trail running strength and stamina to the mountain bike trails she knows very well.
The trails were absolutely amazing. I haven't ridden here for a while. It used to be my home playground, but it's so good to be back and also to experience it with fresh eyes and see the changes that have been made. But overall, I had a good day.
Oh, very chuffed. It was tough, but I felt good. And that's about halfway. Danielle made a move. I couldn't quite keep with her. Just tapped off a bit, recovered, and then raced my own race to the end. So very happy.
Behind them, it was good to see the young brigade in impressive action. Caroline Skeepers, Bianca Null and Sonika Klopper all finished under 4 hours, as did Ricky Lee Brookstone. And there were still hundreds of happy riders out on the trails.
Beautiful ride, my favorite part of the series. So, it met the expectations, so we're enjoying it, heading home now. Looking forward to the rest of it.
After unseasonal rain had played havoc with some of the earlier events, it was wonderful to see hundreds of riders enjoying a stunning day on the trails and tracks of Van Gaalen's.
The turnout for the King Price Trail Seeker at Van Gaalen's was unbelievable. We cannot do it with a sponsor like King Price, and I would like to thank them and all the other partners coming along and doing this. It is the infrastructure and all the media coverage that we get from every single one. So King Price, thank you so much.
But they're always well-organized events. The guys are really making the effort. The tracks are well marked. It's a tough event, but it's always amazing to do these events. Trail Seekers, good events.
I love mountain biking. I've been mountain biking for about 12 years. And that's why I come to events like the King Price Trail Seeker to come and have fun. You know, I'm not a pro. I'm here to show girls out there that you can do it, even with lipstick and nails. So girls, come on.
The call to action from Lechego Zulu and the next generation were also part of the fun, thanks to Kuro School's Philemon Siabona.
Cycle to Ride, it's all about obviously the cycling development that we do at Kuro Schools, where we introduce mountain biking as a sport and as cycling obviously.
Cycle to Ride! The post-ride vibe at Van Gaalen's was off the charts. And there's more to come. Faces MD Fritz Pienaar shares more on these exciting events on the Faces calendar.
So the next event that King Price is involved in the Western Cape is the King Price Race to the Sea. It's a new event that we started last year, and it's just two very iconic venues. So it starts at Franschhoek and finishes in Hermanus at Benguela Cove. It's a beautiful route. We actually moved it out from February to September last year, and it's just when we got there in September and we saw all the canola fields in bloom with the yellow flowers, we decided to keep that date. It was just incredibly spectacular. So we're going to keep the date in September. It also doubles as the first ever gravel bike South African Championship, and we've got the whole shebang with gravel bike champs jerseys for all age categories, senior and above. So really looking forward to that event.
And a reminder that there are two King Price Trail Seeker events either side of King Price Race to the Sea. The rescheduled Sondela race is around the corner, and then the final Trail Seeker event of the year is in the Boerland, where the riders will enjoy the amazing trail network around Wellington. King Price Trail Seeker was brought to you by King Price Insurance.